For justice and peace and equality.
Game Changers Magazine, Game Changers Media Network, Voices of the Village podcast, where change starts with conversation. We're back with Nurse Judy Bentley of Fusion Health and Wellness Corporation. How you doing, Nurse Bentley?
I'm doing excellent today.
Awesome. It's good. It's a great opportunity to have you on the show, talk about health and wellness, one of the trending topics in the nation right now. One of the trending topics around the world. Tell us, who is Nurse Judy Bentley and what is Fusion Health and Wellness?
Well, I've been in Stockbridge and in this area for the last 22 years.
Okay.
I was a nurse at Piedmont Henry for 16 years.
Right.
Right in that emergency room. I seen it grow.
Okay.
That's when my dream to open up my business started.
Wow.
Yeah. So basically.
In Stockbridge.
Okay. Yes.
All right.
So basically, the dream started there.
All right.
And I went to nurse practitioner school just so I can open my office.
Okay.
And that's exactly what I did.
Wow. Now, you so before you got into your own thing, I remember talking to you. You worked in the ER. You were a ER nurse, right?
I was.
All right. How was life in ER? I imagine that was hectic.
Organized chaos.
Organized. Tell us how you got started there and what made you say, hey man, I want to help people, because there's a lot of people who want to be a nurse, but we know as a nurse and a caretaker, you got to really have a passion for it, because
Absolutely.
You're dealing with traumatic situations. So tell me how that started.
So I started at Piedmont Henry actually on med-surg, and I quickly got accustomed to that area. What I mean? More taking care of people. It's kind of like a mosh posh type of situation.
Right.
One day, out of the blue, my manager came to me and said, hey, do you want to go to ICU? They need a nurse. I said, don't know very much about it, but let's go. Right? Loved ICU, but it was a little bit too solitary for me. Like, I couldn't, you know what I mean? From there, somebody needed somebody in the ER.
Okay.
I got pulled down to the ER and never left.
Oh,
Literally
wow.
loved it, yeah.
Wow.
It was my cup of tea. That's where, what I mean? I was learning, my mind was challenged. I got to take care of people. I did see a lot of misfortune.
Okay.
And that's, like in our community, there's a lot of people that use the ER as their doctor.
Okay.
Right. And it has a lot to do with our country and insurance and all that.
Right.
That's a little deep. But basically, I saw where I could help. Right?
Okay.
Not only the Hispanic community, because I am bilingual, but also our community.
Yes, definitely.
Okay,
so definitely, I mean, you are from the Spanish community. You have a Dominican Republic background, where we know, a lot of times in those countries, healthcare is not a lot of access to healthcare. It's not a lot of access, for the Spanish Americans and things of that nature. Now, what made you say, you work in the ER, you spent almost 20 years in the nursing field?
Yeah, about.
Okay, all right. So what made you say Fusion Health and Wellness?
I just needed to help the community.
Okay.
And that was the only way that I was going to do it without being tied to a job, right?
Right.
A true organization where I wasn't going to be able to take care of my patients the way I wanted to take care of the patients.
Right.
Like, I love to educate my patients, right?
Okay.
Take my time with my patients. That's the only way you're going to know.
Okay.
Right? How to treat them.
Right.
You got to talk to the person.
You definitely got to talk to them. And
absolutely.
And so with Fusion Health and Wellness, I know you provide primary health care, your primary care doctor, your primary care first and foremost, right?
Yes.
All right. So tell me, what type of primary care does Fusion Health Care offer, and the value and resources of that, being a primary care physician or nurse, before they go see that doctor or whatever.
Yeah. So basically, primary care, or should I say internal medicine, is we are the provider that sets everything off, right? So the person comes to us, whether it's heart disease, whether it's diabetes, whether it's an acute issue, like a cold, whatever. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Whether it's a chronic illness, right?
Right.
So, and then we dispatch the patients, right? We send them to specialties, right?
Okay.
Why do I love that area, right? Because
Right.
a lot of times people are misunderstood. People are not heard.
Right. Absolutely.
So if you take a person that has diabetes and you just educate them just a little bit before you give them a pill,
okay.
it means the world, right?
Right. I mean, because
Right.
I've seen people suffer from diabetes, and I'm like high blood pressure, and I'm thinking, you have a more natural remedy of turning health around. And I've seen doctors say, well, take this pill, take that pill, and the way some of these pharmaceuticals companies buy lunches for these doctors, and I see why they're prescribing the pill at a rapid rate. But you have a more holistic way of servicing your patients and getting them the care. I want to talk about that holistic way that you have. Tell me more about that and the natural remedy before you send them out to a doctor and get them on a pill, and why that's valuable.
So at Fusion Health, basically what we do is we sit down with the patient.
Okay.
We get to know the innermost person. What is causing them not to take their medication, to eat the way they're eating,
Right.
So if you don't do that, medicine is never going to work.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So if you tell a person, hey, let's look at how you're cooking, right?
Right.
You know what I mean? I know.
Yeah.
I'm Dominican.
Okay.
I know how to season your food, right? So, and
Right.
I know that every single seasoning has sodium, right?
Okay.
So I don't measure anything. I just be cooking, right?
Oh, man.
But I don't have hypertension.
Okay.
But the person that has hypertension has to be taught, wait a minute.
Okay.
Stop. What am I doing? This is going to raise my blood pressure, right?
Yes.
Instead of just taking a medication, you're teaching them.
Correct.
So that's where the holistic part, you know what I mean? Before you even give them medicine, let's educate them. Let's take care of the person.
Correct, because we know that it's a lot of medication out there that has side effects that come with it.
Oh, absolutely.
That make the whole situation worse. It might be treating one thing, but it actually makes the situation worse. And tell us your experience with that, and how you look at that from your perspective.
Yeah, so you take pills, and the pills cause you're supposed to be taking it for your blood pressure, but it really causes kidney disease, and you're not taking care of either one. And then people don't follow up with their doctors, right? And that's a big problem.
Okay.
Right. So you're taking a medication and you don't even know what it's doing to your body. Right?
Wow.
So you go ahead, you draw the labs, kidney disease, right?
Okay.
So then you have to give them a pill for the kidney disease.
Oh, man.
Now you're taking one for the hypertension, one for the kidney disease, when you could have avoided it all.
Correct.
Right?
Absolutely.
Just by talking to your patient.
And
Having a
education. And I believe everything starts with education.
Absolutely.
Right. So you get to a point where now it's saying, what point do you find an extreme where you say, I got to get you to a doctor that specializes in this? Because some patients, in the African American community, Latino community, we, kind of hesitate to go into the doctor until it gets extreme. So at what point do you say, hey man, we got to do something, and your reason why? Like, or can that patient kind of come back and develop once it's too extreme, or that hypertension is too extreme, or what kind of happens from there?
So basically, when you first come to me, I will go ahead and do the labs, right?
Okay.
Then I have you come back 2 weeks later, and we talk about, this is what we found.
Perfect.
Before I even give you medicine, I say, hey, this is how we can fix it. I'm going to give you 3 months.
Right.
3 months, let's try to turn this around.
Okay.
Right? So when they come back 3 months later, I want to see the turnaround.
Right. Okay.
They're more than welcome to call me. It's an open door. You can call me, ask me questions. I need to come in before the 3 months, right? I tell them that.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
So come back 3 months. You showed me the effort, but you're not there.
Correct.
Okay, we're going somewhere now. We're going somewhere. At least you made an effort. Okay, your blood pressure is better. Kidney numbers look better.
Okay.
Let's do 3 more months.
Man.
Boom. Right?
Right.
3 months. I'm very strict with my patients, and I'm very forward. You need to follow what I say. If you don't, this is what'll happen.
Wow.
It's dialysis, right? So we're trying to avoid dialysis, right?
Okay.
They come back that 6 month, they're not doing what they're supposed to do.
Wow.
You go.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm still your primary, but you're gonna go to your different doctors.
Okay.
Because if you're not listening to me, I'm not gonna I'm not going to delay the care.
Right.
I'm not going to ignore the fact that the patient needs a cardiologist, that they need a nephrologist.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So what, like, sometimes we're a little stubborn, you know, when it comes down to that. Like, and I know, like, a lot of African American men, they seem to suffer from prostate cancer and kidney disease. So, and it has to be some type of correlation between that, or is it what they're eating, or is it what, like, why is it so targeted in African American and Latino men that they're suffering from these two primary diseases?
Yeah. If I knew that, I would be rich.
Right.
I just think it's fear, right?
Okay.
It's just fear. It's plain fear. They don't want to know.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
They don't go to the doctor.
Okay.
It's almost like if you don't know, it's not there. Right. My goal is to let people know that it is okay to come to me.
Okay.
If you build a patient rapport, it's the
Yes.
best thing, right?
Yes.
So if you come into my office and you're scared, you're only scared that one day, because the next time you come, you know that I'm cool, I'm chill.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know what I mean? I'm not going to push, you know what I mean? I tell you, this is what we need to check.
Absolutely.
This is what we're going to do. Don't worry. The prostate exam now is actually by blood.
Okay.
It's no longer a manual.
Okay.
Unless you have elevated antigens,
Okay.
which your prostate, shows that, and then I send you to the urologist, which does do the manual.
Yeah, definitely.
But it is not me, right?
Okay.
So but I think that's part of the fear, right?
Right.
Because you know how men are, right?
Yeah, definitely.
I don't.
Yeah.
How are you going to do that prostate exam, right?
Okay.
No, I'm just going to do blood. That's what I tell.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I think I soften them up a little bit.
Correct.
You know what I mean? And do that.
Man, that's phenomenal, man. That's phenomenal. Now, a lot of times we do know, I know with the economy now, insurance is high, and it's almost, healthcare is almost unaffordable, right?
It is.
So when I was in your office, you showed me some alternative ways where you guys are helping patients get primary care treatment. Tell us about some of those options and how they work, and what do you have to do to qualify for it, or how does that actually work? How does it fit into the fusion experience?
Okay. So, how did that come about, right? So you have the people that can't afford insurance.
Right.
If you can't afford insurance, you certainly don't have money to pay to go to the doctor.
Correct.
So I created a DPC, or primary direct care, section of my practice.
Okay,
What does that stand for, right? So basically, it's like a membership.
Right.
You pay me $100 a month.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
Recurring, and you have me, right? I am your primary care doctor. My goal is to have you not go to the hospital.
Right.
So that covers so for men, that covers all your labs.
Okay.
It covers 2 visits during the month.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Perfect.
And telehealth if you need it.
Okay.
Boom. For women, it covers, it'll cover your labs and your gynecological exam
Right.
for the year.
Okay.
And I also have partnerships with radiology. So if you're in that program,
Perfect.
I just write it on your lab slip, like, hey, this person is in my program, and if you need a chest X-ray, if you break a finger, if you break whatever, it's at a special rate. You don't pay those high prices.
Okay.
So,
Man, I like that. I like that. Now, look, before we go to a commercial break, talking about that, you said you don't pay the high prices when it comes down to the type of insurance that comes with primary health care, because we do know, like, there are, I think it's 20 primary care healthcare providers, but you're providing a resource where they can get affordable health care. Why is that so valuable to the Fusion experience, and how does that help you grow your brand in the community?
Well, I think this is so important to take care of the community.
Okay.
Right?
I agree.
Right? And as an ER nurse, I saw it every day.
Yes.
Every single day. You know what I mean? Hey, I'm just here for my refill. I'm just here because I don't feel good. Things that a primary health could take care of.
Okay.
And guess what? When you look in their chart, they have no insurance. Why? Because they can't afford it.
Correct.
Health insurance is literally $400 a month.
Absolutely.
in this economy, people barely could feed themselves or their children.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you can come to me for $100
wow.
a month. And even if you can't join the program,
okay,
it's $100 a visit.
Bam. On the spot.
On the spot. You just pay me $125.
Okay.
$125.
Okay.
And boom, I got you.
Man, that's what I'm talking. That's
you know
what I'm talking
So
about.
it doesn't. You get seen. You get taken care of.
Okay.
Then when I get you in the door,
this is another story.
It's another story.
We got to do some detail.
Yeah.
But at least you get a outline of where you're at.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, how does that pertain to fusion? Fusion stands for mixing, right?
Yes.
So we mix healthcare with education.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So that's kind of like fusing the medicine. Kind of
yes,
becomes
it is.
one.
Yes, it is.
That's how I came up with the name.
Hey man, that's what I'm talking about, man. Woo! We got Nurse Judy Bentley right here on Voices of the Village podcast. Man, we got to go to a commercial break. Give a shout out to our sponsor, South Atlanta Family Law Firm, Attorney Janice Alfred, her phenomenal staff over off Eagles Landing Parkway. Also, we want to give a shout out to a New Well Adult Daycare Center. Adults living with IDD, Miss Rhonda Crockett and her phenomenal staff, Patrick Porter over there, as well as MNB Miller North and Brill Justice Law Firm, The Best Defense. Thank you guys for tuning in. We got to go to a commercial break. Game Changers Magazine, Game Changers Media Network, Voices of the Village podcast, where change starts a conversation.
Justice and peace and equality. Now the world they will see. That's why.